Hello Sunshine, it's Steph and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where each week I share with you videos on how to turn your passions into paid gigs as a freelancer so that you can feel like sunshine. So give a little tap on that subscribe button below to stay up to date on when new videos come out each week, teaching you all about how to get paid. Why would you not want to learn that, right? Now, if you haven't yet watched last week's video, it was a really good one all about how to create the perfect images for your gigs on Fiverr. These are the images that are going to lead people to want to click on that gig, learn more about it, and then buy it. So it's super important that you portray yourself in a very professional way that also magnetizes people to click on that image. So if you haven't yet watched that video, go watch it here. You won't want to skip that one. It's one of the most important ones you'll ever want to watch. Now, before we get into today's topic, I want to mention that you guys' love and support here really keeps this channel going. It gives me the ability to continue making videos every single week. So because of that, I really thrive off of getting comments, likes, and subscriptions. So if you are loving the content that I'm putting out, have any feedback, have any questions, comment below right now. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what you want to learn, and give me a thumbs up if you're liking what you see so far. All right, here we go. It is finally time to get to today's topic, which is how to create the perfect Fiverr gig. The gig itself is the offer or service that you want to provide people. Now, eventually you want to make more than just one gig. You want to make several or even up to like 10 like I have. But for now, focus on creating one perfect gig. Get it down, have it perfect, step by step, set it up correctly, the way that some of us experts would on Fiverr. So this video is going to take you through all the steps to go from crickets on your gig to clicks in no time. Now, make sure you watch till the very end, because at the end, I'm going to share with you the number one most important thing to include in your gig gallery. That's the last section, what you must have there if you want to succeed with selling your gig. All right, so here we go. We're going to dive deep into how to create the perfect gig. This is one that is going to be a pretty beefy video. You're going to learn so much, and you'll probably want to hit pause along the way and go implement and integrate these things into your actual Fiverr gig. All right, so no matter where you're at on your journey, I highly recommend watching every single minute of this tutorial, because it is going to be a huge game changer for getting more people to hire you. There are 5 parts to a Fiverr gig. We're going to go over all 5 today. They are the overview, pricing, description and frequently asked questions, requirements, and finally the gallery. So let's get to it.
So when you're logged into your Fiverr seller dashboard, you're going to go up to gigs at the very top here, and then you'll be going over to create a new gig. Once you click on that, you'll be able to type in all the information for your gig. To teach you this, I've opened a current gig that I already have made, and I'll walk you through step by step the 5-step process to creating a brand new gig. So as you can see in the top, there are 5 different steps we'll go through here. And don't forget, you always want to save anytime you complete anything important. So there's a save and preview up here so you don't lose anything. All right, so here we go. We're in the overview section, step number 1. First, you need to create a gig title. It has to start with I will blank. You have up to 80 characters to create something, so really you want a pretty short sentence to explain what you can do for the buyers. As it says, the title is the most important place to include keywords. So think of this as like the Google search SEO, the search engine optimization. So what sort of main keywords do you want your gig to show up under? For example, this is going to be my gig where I am open to writing people articles and blog posts about fitness-related topics. So instead of keeping it super general and just saying I will write you a blog post, I have niched it down a little bit to be more about health and fitness. Then you'll go down and you'll choose a category and a subcategory. Right here, you'll choose the overall main category, which is going to be things like writing and translation or audio or graphics, whatever it is. And then once you choose the main category, it'll then show you some options for a subcategory. You might find that your gig could fall under multiple of these, so just choose the one that makes the most sense to you. After that, there's going to be some metadata, which is just more of a way to help kind of narrow down what sort of searches you pop up under. And what they ask for here is going to vary depending on what category and subcategory you chose. So if I were to choose this one, all of this would most likely change. All right, so this may look a little bit different for you, but go ahead and complete whatever questions they have here for you. All right, and then finally at the bottom here, you want to type in 5 tags. No need to just type in 1, no need to type in more than 5, it won't let you. So just choose 1 to 3 word tags. These are kind of like longer keywords, so instead of just one single word, it could be 2 to 3 that are once again relevant to this sort of SEO search that you want to show up under. When you're ready, we'll move over to step 2, which is creating pricing. Now keep in mind that whether you can create just one single package, 3 packages or more is going to depend on what seller level you are. So as a new seller, you may not have as many options. So essentially, you may just have the option to have basic, and that's totally fine. It's going to look the same, you'll just have one column. And what you want to do is you can either toggle on packages or toggle off packages if you have that option. Otherwise, you're just going to go down here and start to fill in information under this. So you want to name the package. Then here, you want to describe the details of the package. Then you'll choose the delivery time. This is going to vary depending on what gig you're offering. So these are categories that would apply to writing a blog, right? But if my gig was about creating videos, this would say things like, what's the length in seconds of the video? Will the video include music? Will the video include audio? Whatever the case is. So this is going to be customized to whatever gig category you are creating a gig under. But just go through and fill out everything to the best of your ability, only checking off things that will be included within your gig, and finally putting a price to it. All right, then from there, Fiverr does encourage you to have some optional extras. You can think of this as an upsell. For example, someone may buy the basic package, but what are 1, 2, maybe 3 additional things that could be like add-ons? They encourage that because if you can get an add-on, you can then have an offer that's priced higher, and Fiverr will then make more money because they get 20% of your commissions. So think of some ways in which you can have an add-on. Fiverr will have some examples here for you of the most common. So for example, adding on additional words to a blog post. If up here I say they're going to get 250 words, maybe I'll charge them an extra $10 for an extra 50 words. So you can choose how much extra time, how much extra money you want to add on for each of these add-ons, like adding words or extra fast delivery to deliver instead of delivering in 2 days, they'll deliver in 1 day for an extra $20. And you can totally choose how much you want to charge for these add-ons. It's up to you. All right, so we're going to move on to step number 3, which is right here, description and frequently asked questions. This is going to basically be a 2-part section. One is very open. You get all this open space to write your own description for your gig. There is a limit on characters, so you can use as much or as little as you want. But essentially, you want to make it about how you can help the buyer. Instead of just sitting here and talking only about yourself, I would make it a good combination of what you can do to help them, why it is that you're qualified to help them, what their order will include, and then asking them to reach out to chat more. On to step 2. So you could do that here. You could offer milestones if you're eligible, according to Fiverr here. You can learn more clicking there. But most of us will be able to just skip that part and go down to the second part, which I recommend you add in some frequently asked questions. You're going to want to just kind of get creative, or as you gain more experience on Fiverr and you get more messages from people, make note of what sort of questions they're asking you. So I've just put some in here as an example. For example, maybe people were messaging me often, what sort of qualifications do you have? It is in my profile, but a lot of people are just too busy or don't take the time to look that up. So I've put that there. Do you have a link to a published writing page? I've linked to an article I wrote. Does the content have to be used on a blog? I say no, it could be used on your social media or an ebook or emails, wherever. So just type in some commonly asked questions and answers here. This will reduce how many messages you get with repeat questions. If you put those common questions here, they'll easily be able to see it, and they won't need to message you all these questions. All right, so when you are done filling out the description and the frequently asked questions, we are done with section 3, and we are ready to move on to 4. Requirements. These are things that are sent to the buyer after they hit purchase. Okay, so as soon as they hit place order and they make their payment, they're directed to a page where you can put in questions to learn more about your buyer. You can get more details about what they want from you so that you can deliver them a product that they're happy with. You get to create your own questions, and you can also make them different types of questions. So let me show you. If I were to create a new one, you can choose whether or not you want the question to be required, meaning they have to answer, or not required, meaning they could skip this one over if it doesn't apply to them. Then you can type in the question that you have for them to learn more about details of their project. It can be up to 400 characters. And then you can choose how you want them to reply. Do you want them to have a free open text box? Do you want them to answer multiple choice, A, B, C, etc.? Or do you want them to be able to attach a document of their own, like a PDF or a picture? So that's how you can create new questions. Let me just show you some examples. Personally, I always like to start by asking more about their company. What's your website, your company, so I can research it. I like to go to their website, see what their mission is, see what the overall branding of their company is. If they already have blogs on there, I like to read some of those to get an idea of their writing style, that sort of thing. How long their blogs typically are. I like to just kind of do my own research on the company first. Then, personally, I like to ask them, what topic do you want covered? Please share details. I like to ask them what keyword they want included, what sort of tone they want me to write with, who the target audience is that I'm writing to, how they're going to distribute this. Will it be on their online blog? Will it be going out in email format? Because if it's social media, I probably want to write something much shorter, more casual, versus an email, maybe a slight bit longer, and a blog maybe even longer. So it's just nice to know exactly where is this going up, who's it going to be going to, what sort of style do you want. Anyways, this is just an example of what I do for this specific writing gig. If you were to go to some of my other gigs, like pictures and videos, the questions will be very, very different, okay? So you're going to need to come up with your own questions. Sit down and think, what is it that you need to know about the buyer before you can deliver them a product that's completely custom to their needs? And make sure you ask all of those questions in a very clear manner. When you're done with those, make sure you save. And we are going to finish by going over to the 5th and final section of creating a gig, which is creating your gallery. This is where you can show visuals of your gig. Now remember, this is not visuals of just a picture of you that's random and makes no sense and doesn't apply to the gig. No, these are pictures, videos, documents that should directly apply to this specific gig. So here are the sections that you can upload. You can upload up to 3 images, 1 video, and up to 2 documents, and that is it. Any gig that you create from now on, these are the options. As you can see, I've filled all of them out. I highly recommend that you take the space you have here and use it. It's basically like saying, hey, this is your page in the newspaper. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots open. If you want to advertise on here, go ahead. And then you just fill in 1 and leave the other 5 blank. You're basically wasting space if you don't use up the space Fiverr is giving you to show off your services. So show them off. Fill in all of these with things that apply to this specific gig. For the video, I made a custom video specifically for this gig saying, hey everyone, I'm so-and-so, I can help you with blank by writing you blank. Kind of just a nice way to introduce yourself in a more human aspect on video, smiling, capturing everyone's attention so they can build up trust in you. So I highly recommend you do some sort of welcome video and make a different one for each gig so it's specific to what you're selling in that gig.
All right, little intermission to share with you the #1 secret to having a successful gig, and that's including a video in your gallery. Even if you're not selling video creation, if you're selling pictures, logo creation, creating musical jingles, crafts, whatever you're selling, you can still have a video in your gig. Why? Because the video is the first thing that's going to show up on the gig. They're going to click play and they're going to get to know you. You're going to get to talk to them on camera, introduce yourself, share your story, share your expertise, share how you can help them and why they should pick you over all the other freelancers. This is your time to wow them. It's your time to build up trust between you and this potential buyer. And I have seen extraordinary improvements in my own gigs simply by adding a video to every single gig. You see, in the past, I only had videos for my video gigs, and then I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's try something. Let's experiment, test it out. I added a welcome video to my writing gig, to my picture photography gig, and guess what? Within just a few weeks, I doubled how many messages I was getting daily. I used to wake up to about 10 messages every day. Now I wake up to closer to 20 every day, all because of the way I'm marketing myself by adding that video to the beginning of every single gig. So I highly recommend that you get out your iPhone, put it on 4K mode, set it on a tripod, film a welcome video, make it look nice, perhaps even hop on Fiverr and hire a video editor to edit it for you in a very nice, professional, eye-catching way, delivering your message. And you guys, you can do that for pretty cheap, and it's going to be completely worth your investment to have that on your gig. All right. So #1 tip, always, always, always have at least one video within your gig. That's actually all you're allowed is one video and then a bunch of pictures. So utilize that one video opportunity to really sell yourself.
And then finally, in the documents, you could show examples of your work. You can only upload PDFs, so go ahead and make some examples. If you have 0 orders because you're a brand new seller here, then take the time to write up 2 example blogs to post here. Even if they weren't purchased from someone, show what you can do in some way.
Now, before you go, I want to make a quick announcement about what's to come in December 2022. From December 1st on, I'm going to do a 25 days of Christmas little sharing over on my Instagram. Each day I'm going to share with you guys one valuable lesson or shift that you're going to make when joining the Freelancer Academy. The Freelancer Academy is a course and mentorship with me that is starting in January of 2023. This academy is going to take you from 0 sales to selling successfully online as a Fiverr freelancer. You're going to learn so much about Fiverr. You're going to get everything set up, and you're not only going to start selling, but we're going to teach you how to scale your Fiverr freelancing business so you can make a ton of money online from turning your passions into paid gigs. The Freelancer Academy is everything you have ever dreamed of and more. I have not seen any other freelancing mentorship on the market anywhere. This is the first of its kind, and it's with me, someone who's an experienced, successful freelancer. I've been doing it for 5 years, made over 100K so far. So I'd love to mentor you on your journey to becoming a successful freelancer. So all throughout December, each day on Instagram, I'm going to share with you a lesson that we're going to be uncovering within the Freelancer Academy. I'm going to share that every single day so you can get a better idea of the things that you're going to learn within TFA and get super, super excited and buzzed about joining in January. Now, those of you who are on the wait list for TFA, you're going to get a $500 off bonus. You're going to get the opportunity to work one-on-one with me more and so many other bonuses if you're on the wait list. including early access. You have like the first 2 days, I'm only opening up the doors to you guys, and there are limited spots. So if you are really serious about building your freelancing business in 2023 and building that side hustle income so you can have more freedom in your life and feel more independent, more successful, then this is the time to get on the waitlist right now, you guys. Go to staffdoors.com/waitlist to get on it now and have that opportunity for first early access and all the bonuses that go along with it. All right, Forrester's calling my name. He needs attention. So that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below, like what was like one main takeaway that you learned from today's video? I would love to know. Also, have any questions, feedback, want an idea for next week? Comment, you guys. And I think it's time for us to go. All right, let me catch my breath. That was a long one today. Thanks for hanging in there. And as always, peace and love.